Go.
Okay. We're going to add another piece of yarn, and you may have a really long piece on your bundle. Don't use the whole thing because you'll make knots and get tangles. So I take it and I pull it out what I call an arm span. So I just take one end and slide out, and that's about as far apart as my arms would go. That's where I cut it. Okay, and then I have another nice long piece of yarn for the next time. And I thread the yarn onto the needle, and this is how I thread the needle. I wrap the yarn over it, pinch it up, slide that out, and I have a little bubble of yarn. The needle has an eye in it. You push that little bubble through the eye like that, pull it up, and now you have this little tail right here. I don't tie it in a knot. You can if you want. It gets tangled for me, so I leave it like that. Okay, time to add the yarn. Here we go. I've got my basket. I have the old yarn and I have the new yarn. I put the old yarn and the new yarn together and I hold it with my thumb, and then I wrap with the new yarn, and I wrap over both pieces, both of those little pieces. So I wrap again about an inch, which is going to be about that far, and I'm ready to take a stitch. I roll it and I'm ready to take a stitch. You always come one row down. That's not going to be the center now. It's now just one step down. So take my stitch, pull that yarn through nice and snug, wrap it good and tight, like that, and then I continue wrapping the rope. And I'm going to go this way until it's time to switch colors or I run out of yarn again. If you are left-handed, well, here we go, I'm rolling it down, come down one row, and this time the stitches line up. After a while they'll stop lining up, so don't worry about lining it up. Okay, if you're lefty, you hold the yarn in your left hand and the rope goes in your right hand. And this is a little awkward for me, but here we go. And I like to wrap away from myself, so I'm going to do like this. And I'm wrapping, so the yarn is in my left hand and all the rope is always in my right hand, and I'm sort of going over this. That way you're not wrapping around the rope and getting things tangled. So when I got my inch wrapped, it's the same thing. Hold it down nice and snug, come down one row of rope, which is going to be right here. Take the stitch, pull it up tight, and if it doubles like this, that's because the tail's too long. You just need to pull that extra piece through, so you're stitching with wrapping with just a single layer of yarn, and that's ready to be pulled tight and wrapped, and you would continue on.